There you are. So she said, yes. So, my beautiful ladies, are you ready to be blown away by Natalie's offer to the Diamond Beauties? She is going to give it to us for 8 days to decide who wants to join in, and then she will give it to other people. But I say all 100 spaces is going to be taken up by my Diamond Beauties. So, my beautiful Natalie, can you please tell us what are you bestowing on the Diamond Beauties?
Absolutely. Thank you. So I have a whole line of journals, and people would say, I bought your beautiful journal, but what do I write in it? And so I thought about it. How can I teach people the benefits of journaling, and then also, to think about different things to write every day? And the next day I was going to a conference. So I thought, oh my gosh, I am surrounded by the most amazing people that are helping other people to, move forward in their life, make life a little better. So I thought, why not record these beautiful people and put it into a blank journal, into a QR code, so they pull up your live video and see your face, get to know who you are, briefly introduce your business, and then give them an inspirational message, and then ask them a thought-provoking question, and then they can write about it. So each journal is a print journal, so you can hold it in your hand, and it will have 100 what I call my experts, my masters and mavens. And so I'm going to let the Diamond Beauties fill the very first book. And the spots in the book are $49. That's it.
That is it. That's it. And then, my beautiful ladies, I just want to say that Natalie came to the Soul of a Diamond on Thursday. Please check out her story. It is truly incredible. And Natalie is going to be the sponsor for every Thursday show, Soul of a Diamond, going forward. And then, as soon as we have a compilation, I think we're going to stay at 20 ladies. We will be then looking at doing the book compilation, and Natalie is going to help me to do your book in the chapter, the book compilation. So I am truly so excited for all the beautiful things that's going to happen. So I see there's quite a lot. What is the submission? So I don't know if you have that detail as yet. I know that you said you still need to do some work on it, but you will give us well in advance to say, Sanette, your time starts now, and then we will I will get 100 ladies. I'm telling you now, I'm getting it, get 100 ladies. So, Natalie, do you have any time for submission? When will it start?
So we ran the tests on Friday, so we're doing some tweaks. I'm hoping by the end of today I can do it again, and there's my appointment at the door. I can do it again, and then say it's go time. Now this is recorded because I would love to hear Howard speak. I came to support him, but had another appointment.
Yes, it
So
is
I will let
recording.
you know first thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye, Natalie. Okay, so beautiful. So, our ladies, I hope that you are excited. I have bugged Natalie every week. By the eighth week, she said, are you going to book another meeting to ask me again? I said, I already booked another meeting. I will ask again because I want to have a yes. And she said, okay, you don't have to do another booking. Yes, the Diamond Beauties can have this the first time, because, my beautiful ladies, nobody have done this. We're gonna be in the Guinness Book of Records. I'm telling you now. Nobody have done this, and we want to be first. So, my beautiful Howard, I just want to say, the first time I met you, I was like blown away. We didn't have a one-on-one, but you came on screen and you said, you will not believe it. I just read this morning Sanette's piece on smile, and that was part of last year's Robert W. Jones collection on gratitude. Not gratitude. What was it?
Tra-
Kindness.
transformational, inspirational stories and quotes.
Yes. So he just and he read what I wrote there, and he said he just loved it. And I went like this. I was blown away, and I looked at him and I said, "Howard, I love you. Thank you so much for reading my post this morning and now speaking about it." We had two coffee chats already. You come to the show, and you are truly one of those gentlemen that is one of a kind. You are amazing, and I cannot wait for the ladies to hear what you're going to tell us. I am going to pin you so that in the recording, everybody can see you beautifully. So, my beautiful Howard, all over to you.
Okay. Well, first of all, meeting you through this collaborative book and then the journals that Natalie's offering, the Diamond Beauties. It's such a good way, and it's affordable, but to write what you're feeling and to be in this shared project together. So when I opened up the chapter and that had Sinette's smile, that's how I started my day. And I wanted everyone to know that. And that's how we first met. And then she invites me on to have a Zoom one-on-one, and we start dancing. She said, "What's your favorite song?" And we had a dance. She said, "Will you have a dance?" A woman asking a man to dance, right? And we danced the first part of it. So it was so beautiful. And we began, and I got to be on the Power Hour, and she's asked me back to talk to the Diamond Beauties today. So I am grateful to be in your presence. We all know that you guys are way smarter than me, so correct me and help me along the way if you find out that you have any questions and things like that. But I have a very interesting story and some exercises to take you through that I think will captivate you as well. Now, did you turn on the sharing as well? Let's do that now.
Yes, let me quickly do that. You are welcome to share.
Excellent. Okay, so let me share now. Sound. Okay. All right. I'm going to play this real quickly here, and you're going to get to know me very quickly. You can see this, me standing up here?
Yes, we can see. Yes.
All right.
I'm Howard Brown.
You hear
Mr.
it?
Shining Bright.
Yes.
I'm a two-time stage 4 cancer survivor, 30 years apart. I have met death twice, and I am grateful to survive, thrive, and be alive. We all get knocked down in life. Life knocked me down hard twice in my life, once at age 23.
They tell me I have stage 4 non-Hodgkin's T-cell lymphoma. I'm a deer in the headlights. I don't know what to make of this. I'm numb. Am I gonna live? I'm 23 years old. I had no idea.
And then at age 50, I had a colonoscopy, and I was stage 3, and then a year later, metastatic stage 4 colon cancer.
The smiling ambassador for interfaith relations is facing a diagnosis that gives him only 12 months left to live.
They blast you with chemotherapy. They blast you with radiation. They get your immune system down to 0. We all get knocked down in life, in work, in family, in relationships. The key is to get back up again. That's our job.
Howard Brown knows how to uplift and motivate any room or shine on any stage. He's a captivating storyteller, and audiences find his openness, compassion, and selflessness inspirational.
Howard is an incredible, inspiring speaker to inspire and motivate and educate your audience.
The great part and why I'm shining brightly? I'm here, I'm alive. Today, I champion survivorship. I share my story to motivate, educate, and inspire others to get back up again and again, and to lead a resilient life with hope. Just like I've risen and rebuilt, it can be done.
And together, we will shine brightly. And we will shine so brightly, our light will carry around the world, and we will make this world a better place. And for that, I am grateful. Now I got to turn it off.
What do you want to turn off, Howard?
I hear it in my ear. It's got to turn off.
Okay. It's not. We don't see it or hear it on our side.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to turn it off though. We're good.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to share my screen one other time, and then we're going to put up some slides, and then we're going to introduction. All right. I wanted you to get to know me a little bit through that reel. And let me just turn this on and go to that. Can you see my screen again?
Yes, we can.
All right. So you know that Sinette, okay, is the dancing queen, right? And we dance. I am Mr. Shining Brightly. I am so happy to be with you because although all this stuff has happened to me, I, at the end of the day, am a son, a husband, a twin brother, and a dad, and a good human that wants to help others. And this is why I'm so happy to be here in front of the Diamond Beauties, because we are all feeling the same. We want to help others just make it through the day, get better in life, embrace love, embrace health, and to make things better. And so I wanted to set the tone, okay, and let you know how empowered that you all will be, right? So we go through some days and we got to be like Rocky. We got to be like Rocky. We got to punch our way out. And other days we have to be like a butterfly, like Sinette says, and we have to just grace the world with our beauty and our creativity. Other days we have to be Wonder Woman and Superman and power through the day. But at the end of the day, we all have to actually squeeze our tush, our rear, and get our rear in gear to actually make the world a better place. And so I'm telling you, that's why we're here. So I actually am Howard Brown, and I am a best-selling author of Shining Brightly. It's my memoir. You will love it. It's on Amazon, and you could contact me. And their stories are amazing because I didn't write a single word. And how do you not write a single word in the book? You dictated over Zoom. I was in cancer treatment, and through COVID, I interviewed 158 of the most influential, important people in my entire life. Those transcripts became drafts, the drafts became chapters, and the chapters became a manuscript. And today I am an award-winning author that tells stories. And these stories are all about kindness and hope and resilience and leading a good life. And so I appreciate that. And I'm speaking on stages all over the world, virtually and in person. And I have a podcast, which Sinette will be on. And I started in February. I have 50,000 downloads following me because people want to hear today about overcoming and inspiration. Okay, we have enough bad news in the world. We can get that anywhere. Inspiration to actually move you forward in life is really, really important. So the first thing I ask you, ladies, is that we all look in the mirror at least once a day, right? We get up, we take a shower, and you put on your lovely makeup. Guys take a shave. Have you thought about what you see in that mirror? What do you see in the mirror? And I will tell you, not the Diamond Beauties, but most people do not like what they see in the mirror. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too ugly. I hate my job. My kids don't speak to me. There's a million excuses of why they don't like each other, like themselves. It's just a fact that it's okay not to be okay, but that's not the way you start your day. You should start your day by saying, I am blessed. I am grateful. I'm lucky to be alive. Who can I help today? That's how I start my day. So how do you start your day? And so it's really important that we look in the mirror and see our true selves. Okay. And my queen Sinette, my beauty, who talks about self-love and self-care, that's how you start your day. Look in that mirror and find your goodness. Whatever it is, you find it that day, and that's the day. That's how you actually wake up and look in the mirror, and you share that goodness with others. And I try to do that every single day. Now, we were in the middle of COVID, the pandemic, and there was a lot of worldwide angst, anxiety, and the number two things that happened during COVID was loneliness and depression. So we're coming out of a very difficult time. And this is why fellow coaches and fellow folks that are inspirational and trying to help people through, okay, we've got a big job to do. Most people are walking in darkness, and you need to walk in the light. Walking in the darkness leads to bad things, okay? Anxiety and depression and drug, and it can lead to abuse and anger. It doesn't necessarily have to, but it can if you stay there too long. And so my entire book and the Shining Brightly movement is using small amount of light and then big light, because you need so much light that you actually need sunglasses, right? To be able to help others, lift them up, and get them on their way to goodness. Now, I'm going to share a story with you in the next slide, is that I'm a 2-time stage 4 cancer survivor. All right, I'm going to tell you the detailed stories about it, but I'm at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston, and I'm in a therapy group called Stepping Stones. And I looked around the room, and all these folks that had later stage cancer, mostly blood cancers at the time, and their caregivers, they go around the room and they didn't like themselves. They didn't like themselves at all. They didn't like their life. They were sick. And I can understand that. So I bought them all little mirrors. Okay. I have actually one in front of me, but it's a picture of it. And it says, I like me. So the job is to look in the mirror and find what you like about yourself. Because if you don't like yourself, how are you going to lift up others? So how we do this today, and this is an exercise that you'll take home with you, but you take out your cell phone, okay? You take a selfie picture if you can. If not, you can write it down and do this later. But I want everyone to take their selfie, and I want it to send it to yourself. Email it to yourself. Text yourself with that selfie and say, I love myself. I love myself. So you take that selfie and you share that with yourself, because you have to be your biggest fan. Then you take that selfie and you send it to someone that you might not have spoken to in a while, and you just say, I care about you, and wait till you hear back. You send that selfie to yourself, and then you send it to someone else, and you just say those words, I care about you, nothing else. Wait till you see the reply back. Oh my God, you're thinking of me. Oh, I miss you. I care about you. It's a beautiful way to start a conversation back up again, especially if you haven't talked to someone, or if you're in an argument with someone, or just send it to your child or your spouse or your mom or dad. Just see how you've changed their day by just saying those words. I care about you. This is the power of the mirror, right? This is the power of the mirror. Now, you're going to see my life on a collage right now. All right. Everyone, if you take a second to look deeper, you don't necessarily know what's going on. If you were to just look at me right now, you would never know that I'm a 2-time stage 4 cancer survivor. You would never know that I've IPO'd companies in Silicon Valley. You'll never know the details of my life unless you take an extra second to get to know somebody, get to know what their journey is like, and they get to know your journey. And so what you're seeing in this picture is a collage of, on the upper right-hand side is my wife, Lisa, at New Year's Eve, when I didn't know if I was going to live or die. This is New Year's Eve going into 2018. She's wearing a New Year's hat. She's hugged me. I'm in treatment. I don't know if I'm going to live or die in the year 2018. No, obviously I'm alive. And then you see some other pictures of me going through cancer treatment. But you also see my daughter, Emily, right? You also see her graduate from college, University of Michigan. All right. And then you see us as a family. And then you see me in my happy place, basketball court. You see me with another cancer person that unfortunately passed away in the upper picture. So I'm going to tell you very short highlights of the story. And what you're looking at in the lower left is actually a CAT scan of what metastatic colon cancer looks like. So very quickly, the highlight reel, because you can get it all the details you want in my book. But at age 23, I had a red bump on my cheekbone. I was driving to Dayton, Ohio, and I got out of my car and I stopped at a gas station, petrol station, and I used a payphone. This is 1989. I used a payphone. I called my mom and dad and said, I have a little bump on my cheek. It's probably nothing, but I noticed it. And it turns out that it was getting bigger. It grew out the size of a penny and then the size of a little marble. And long story short, I was diagnosed with stage 4E non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, T-cell. That's blood cancer of your entire lymphatic system. They gave me 6 months less to live, and I started chemotherapy. I was 23 years old. I went to my 5th year high school reunion, and I heard him whisper, "Dead man walking, poor bastard, not going to live." I didn't know if I was going to live. I was failing chemotherapy treatments. But why I mentioned that I'm a son, a brother, a twin brother, is that my twin sister, the best news was a 10 out of 10 exact HLA match. And what that means is that her immune system, being a twin, was a 1 in 25,000 chance, the lotto, okay, of actually being able to be a bone marrow transplant donor. And on May 17th of 1990, I actually went into Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and I got rock'em sock'em chemo, full body radiation to wipe out my immune system. I was living in a room that had special ventilation and I had no immune system. I was the boy in a bubble, and dust or fungus or infection could kill me. And a week later, they brought me a little bag, a purple bag. My sister had gone in for bone marrow transplant. They extracted it out of her hip bones, and they brought a little bag in, and they emptied that bag in an infusion. And the room cleared out because once someone gets either an organ transplant or blood transplant, it could kill you right away. You sign the paperwork. It could kill you over time. You can get serious side effects called graft versus host disease. Well, everyone finally clears out of my room because I stabilized. And my mom is in there, all gowned up. And this little bag is hanging from the IV stand. I look at it and I go, "Mom, grab that bag. This is my bag of life. This bag saved my life." Her immune system grew into my immune system. I did a clinical trial to increase my T cells, and I got my life back. And I moved to California, where I had to rebuild myself emotionally, physically. I was 135 pounds and bald. My career back on track. Okay. I had to actually get new relationships. And I started to do a lot of community service in the Jewish community. Happy Hanukkah for those that celebrate. And I ended up meeting my wife, Lisa. And I became a big brother mentor. My career was taking off. I got a second chance at life, which in my book I call putting Humpty Dumpty version 1.0 back together again, the nursery rhyme, putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. So we move up to Silicon Valley, and I'm a technology entrepreneur, and my career is blossoming. But one thing I forgot to tell you, before I did any chemotherapy in October of 1989, they told me my liver function was too high and it was not going to be safe for me to do chemotherapy. So what I ended up doing was this wise doctor, and this is only from God. Okay, you're going to talk about this and tell me. All right. He said, "We're going on a field trip because we can't do chemo today. We're going to the cryogenic center." Cryo what? The sperm bank. I went to the sperm bank and delivered a sample and forgot about it for 11 years. My lovely wife, Lisa, says, we need to have a child. And we called for that sample, and she grew 8 eggs. And in a harvest, they defrosted my sperm after 11 years, injected into 4 eggs. And 9 months later, our beautiful miracle child, Emily, was born. Miracle number 2, our frozen kidsicle. It was the most beautiful thing ever. We could have adopted or surrogacy or sperm donor. I got to have this beautiful doll, Emily, miracle number 2. So we moved to Michigan. My twin sister moved to Michigan. My wife's from Michigan. We're raising our family in Michigan. And at age 50, I had to go in for a colonoscopy. That was the screening age here in the US. And for a guy that's very athletic and eats healthy, and I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't have any blood in my stool, or I didn't have any constipation or anything. But I woke up from that colonoscopy, and my gastroenterologist found a tumor that was 8.5 centimeters big, blocking my intestine. And I was deemed stage 3 colon cancer. And then I went through surgeries and chemotherapies and clinical trials. And a year later, metastatic. The cancer spread to my stomach linings, peritoneum, momentum, my bowel, and my liver. And if you do a Google search on stage 4 metastatic colon cancer, they give you a 4% chance of living 6 months. So lightning struck again. Lightning struck again. So we're looking for a Hail Mary of clinical trials. And I did this surgery called cytoreduction HIPAC, where they cut out all the cancer live and dead in your abdomen and pelvis. Over 13-hour surgery, they pour hot chemotherapy inside my pelvic abdomen and pelvis, and they seal me up and they rotate me around like a rotisserie chicken to kill microcell cancer. By God's granted wish, that has gotten me to no evidence of disease at this time. I am alive and putting Humpty Dumpty back together again, version 2.0. So it can be done. And now what am I going to do with this chance at life again? Well, of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to say, I am blessed, I am grateful, and I am lucky to be alive. So I've got to go help others. I have to tell others to go get screened for your mammogram, for your cervical, go see your lady doctor, men go get their prostate check, go get your check. Because if you're not at optimal health, you can't help others. You can't help yourself. So I scream from the rooftops of doing that. So next slide. I want everyone to write 3 things down that they are grateful for today. And here's some hints on the screen, right? We all can be thankful for something, and it changes every single day. I am thankful for Sinette. I am thankful for dancing. I'm grateful for her smile and her diamond beauties. What are you grateful for today? So write those down, 3 things, very simple. And you can write 3 new things tomorrow. The life changes. Life throws things at you. Beautiful things happen. Tough things happen. So each day I write down in a journal 3 things that I am grateful for, because gratitude is embedded in kindness and in hope and in resilience. And so we love that. So I'd like you to do that as well right now. Because we all get knocked down in life. All right. There's no one that gets away with such an easy life all the time. And the key is to get back up again and again and again. And you saw me get knocked down hard. My life got stopped in its tracks. But here I am with a beautiful opportunity to speak to you and talk to you. And so I want to tell you that there's 3 beautiful words inside that start my book. And my great-grandmother, Bertha Budish from Lithuania, she taught us, 3 words. So I'm going to teach you a little bit of Hebrew and Yiddish today. There's a word called chesed. Chesed is defined by living a life of loving kindness. We can choose every day to be kind. Everyone has the ability. It's on this screen up on the far left there. You can definitely choose a life to be kind. This next thing you can do is a word called tzedakah. Tzedakah is the justice of giving. And we can all be giving. We can choose to give. And then there's another word called tikkun olam. Tikkun olam is healing a broken world or a broken person. And we can choose to heal ourselves and others every day. And so these are beautiful mantras to choose kindness, to choose giving, and to choose healing every day for ourselves and others. So I hope that you will do that with me. Okay. Now, this is what I know some of you introduce yourselves as coaches and trauma coaches and helpful people. And there's so many people that need you. I need you. The Diamond Beauties need each other, and the world needs the Diamond Beauties. And so when you actually figure out how your day is going, this is a sticky board that I just took a graphic because I loved it so much. I love these things when I say, I am amazing. I have faith. I am brilliant. I am talented. I have strength when I need it. Life is good. So I read this message board to reinforce, because you can't be up all the time. You can't be. No one is. You have bad days. You don't feel good. Someone has dealing with sleep apnea and you don't feel good. Miss Sharon, who I'm going to talk to, and we're in contact with each other. She's not presentable today. It's okay. It's okay. And so I just want you to be able to find that through these words and find that within yourself. Now, this is where you take what you learned and you go support others in your practice, whether it's friendship, whether it's coaching. Okay. Coaching is smart friendship. Smart friendship. You offer advice to people every day. Sometimes they pay you for that privilege because you're so good at it, and they should. Smart friendship, right? When you're advising a relative or you're actually coaching someone to the next level, boy, I just think it's the most beautiful thing. And so I actually teach something called mentorship. Mentorship and being allowed yourself to be mentored. Okay. I consider Sunette a mentor for me. I had never gotten up and danced with anyone on a Zoom before in my entire life. And I smiled from ear to ear. My endorphins were roaring. And now she does it every single time we gather. She has me dance. And I choose the song. And I feel different after we finish our dance. I feel better. I feel better. So when you allow yourself to be mentored by that wise person, that friend, that expert, take it in. And when you're doing the mentoring as well, you learn from that person that you're mentoring because you help them get through the struggle. So I just want to reinforce that what you're doing is so important because this makes the world go round. This is what makes the world go round. Okay? We're a community of people. We want to be with other people. This is why COVID and the pandemic was so bad. We want to travel in packs. We need that human interaction, that human touch, a hug, holding the hand, blowing the kiss. All right. So this is a longer exercise that we're not going to do today, but this you may know of, and it's personal excellence. This is called your life wheel. And I'm in the middle of my life wheel because we're ending the year and I'm writing down my wins. What happened? What did I win at? Everybody won at something in 2023. And I want everyone to celebrate those wins. Give yourself a hug, a pat in the back, cheer loudly because you won at something. Okay? You won. I had a great year last year. I published a book. I spoke on 17-page stages. My podcast has 50,000 followers, downloads. I won. I'm healthy. I'm breathing. My daughter moved to Montana. She's on TV 4 nights a week as a TV reporter. I won. My lovely wife and I are planning to go on a big vacation, hopefully to Paris next summer. That's a win. It's a win. Then in the next column, you write down what are the goals and the wins you want to accomplish next year. They can be little wins. They can be big wins. Put down a few, at least 3. 3 is my magic number. And then the next column, you write a couple words. How are you going to get there? You're not solving the big puzzle. How am I going to get there? One of them is call Howard. One of them is call Sunette. One of them is I got to do research. Another one is I got to go to the gym. Another one is I got to go to the doctor. Another one is that I got to go meditate or I got to go cook. Whatever that is, a couple words that are going to spark you to make those goals. And this is part of the life. And make sure that you include something about joy. You got to put a column that says, I'm going to get joy. I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to walk in nature. I'm going to go get that massage. I'm going to get up and dance with Sunette. So these are small things that you can do that take you through and plan this out. And you can use this with your clients and friends. This isn't my invention, the life wheel. We all have our own life wheel. So I'll take questions after. Other thing is I wanted to say that life and fighting cancer, business, everything's a team sport. Everything's a team sport. Even golf and tennis, where you play by yourself, it's a team sport. You have to be able to reach out. Because when I had cancer, okay, the first time it was analog. People send me cards. They called on an analog phone and got a busy signal. The second time in 2016 through now, I have Facebook, I have texting, I have messaging. People send me a prayer, send me a joke, send me a video to watch. But it's teamwork, okay? Life is teamwork. We don't usually get there alone. And the people that isolate, which we spoke to, they have the most struggles. And that's the people that we're trying to help. So please join hands and we teamwork. And this is why I love the Diamond Beauties and everything you stand for. You stand for beauty. You stand for health. You stand for self-love. You stand for self-care. So this is beautiful. Now, the last chapter of my book, okay? People say, oh my God, how did you get through not one, but 2 stage 4 cancer diagnosis? How did I get through, not working? How did I get through all the side effects I have called brain fog or chemo brain or I have peripheral neuropathy, or I have digestive issues now because of all the treatment I've been on? And the word is hope. And I put short goals in front of me. So my first goal was to see my daughter graduate high school, then college. And now that I'm 4 years cancer free, I'm going to walk my daughter down the aisle when she gets married. That's the big goal. I will do it and I will make it. Hope is the fuel, okay, that lets you get through and lead a resilient life. Without hope, the sun doesn't shine as brightly. And so people ask me how I made it emotionally, physically, financial, and relationships is I kept hope. And when I didn't have hope, other people gave me that hope. And that's how I did it. I am lucky because other cancer patients and other people, their disease burden got too great and God called them to heaven. It was their time. It is not my time right now. It is not my time. I still have lots of work to do. Now, the other thing that I do is you have to be able to eat right, sleep right, hydrate, treat yourself well, and find a happy place. And so my happy place is the basketball court. I play 2 hours on Sunday. I play 2 hours on Wednesday. I go to the gym and I work out. When I play basketball, I don't think of myself as a cancer patient. It's my stress-free zone. You have to have a stress-free zone. Some people say it's cooking. Other people say it's art. Some people say it's dancing. Some people say it's travel. Find your happy place. Some people say it's meditation and journaling. You find it and you go there. You schedule that in, and it has to be a priority in your life. So that's really, really important. Now, I'm giving you all a giant hug, okay? This is my hug to you because you have allowed and listened to me share my story of gratitude and of resiliency and hope. And I hope that you've learned and taken away a few things, but I just want to tell you that you are all beautiful. And please contact me, shiningbrightly.com. And I run a huge podcast on inspiration. Maybe some of you might want to even be a guest, and I welcome that. And I also have 3 downloads on my website, one on survivorship. Okay, if I can survive cancer, we can survive life. And it's basically a list of survivorship techniques. And I leave the last 2 blank for you to fill those in. I have another download called mentorship. And mentorship is leadership. And I put in about 14 or 15 things, and then the last 2 you fill out yourself. And then I have something called interfaith relations. I do a lot of work with people that don't look like me. They don't have the same religion as me. They don't have the same background or history or culture as me. And it's really important that God put us on this planet. And if you don't know about someone, how do you like them? How do you know them? I did a podcast called They Hate Me Because They Don't Even Know Me. And I'm going to change the title of it and say, they love me because they did get to know me. So it's called Interfaith Relations, why we do this work, knowing the culture, the foods, the history of people that aren't like you. It makes life a little interesting if you do that way. And then lastly, I'll end with this, and we'll take questions or however Sunette wants to proceed, is that if we shine brightly a little bit each day for ourselves, remember that first, for others, for our neighborhoods and our communities, the world will be a better place. And so I am shining brightly back to you, my lovely Diamond Beauties, and thank you for listening. And I will take questions. I'll talk, whatever you want next.
Oh, wow. Amazing, amazing ladies. Do you love this man? I love this man. He is amazing. So my beautiful Nicole, if I can start with you, how are you feeling? And if you have got a message for Howard and us?
it was obviously very inspiring, and to know that you survived not once but just twice is very miraculous. I wish I'd met you sooner. We just lost my daughter's boyfriend's mother about 2 months ago to colon cancer, stage 4. It was very devastating. So when you say that it's time for some to leave, that's just something we have to go with. Maybe they chose that. We might never know. I'm so glad to hear that you're talking out about cancer and speaking how it can be beat, because I think a lot of doctors, a lot of articles, and a lot of people instill fear in you, and the fear just cripples you, and you're paralyzed. So for you to speak out about that, not only are you giving people a lot of hope, but you're also encouraging others to maybe look into dealing with it before it becomes a reality. So beautiful speech. I'm so glad you're here to talk about that. It was absolutely amazing. And for me, it's gratitude every morning when I wake up. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my
Thank you,
beautiful
Nicole. Thank
Nicole.
you.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Sharon, do you want to say something, my beautiful one?
Hello, sorry about that. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can. You can.
So this is my first time hearing Howard's story, and I loved it. And I always know that we're never in a place of where we are by accident. So just to share with you a little bit, I am scheduled for Friday to take this little procedure to test for cancer in the esophagus. And they had an availability for me for Friday, and I made it. And I told my husband, you know what? I think I'm going to postpone that appointment until next year, because I don't want that in my psyche for the holidays. My birthday's coming up, Christmas. I don't want to feel any different, look any different. I don't want to feel worried, concerned. I don't want any of those negative things for the holiday. So I think I'm going to put that on pause. So I was waiting till after this meeting here that you have to make the call to the doctor. So it was so it was very surreal for me to hear Howard's story and how encouraged that he is after those two major significant things in his life with that. So thank you for sharing that. I also want to point out, people always feel like their story is not important to others. Like no one wants to hear this, or no one like it's not important. It's something personal, but it is. There is an ear, there is a soul, there is something. We're all connected, right? And sharing it helps. And Howard, thank you for helping me as this next journey that I'm going on. Thank you.
Yeah, but you can wait until after Christmas or New Year's, but the first week of January, make that call, because
Absolutely.
and we're going to talk outside of this, but Sharon, if I would have been screened at age 40 or 42, I wouldn't be in front of you right now. I would have had a polyp clipped. I would have went on with my life, but for whatever reason, I had to go through this, and I made it out the other way. And you're here for a reason today, to hear this words and have you guide your decision.
Absolutely. And thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, my beautiful Sharon. Gabby had to go and Christina had to go. Kathy, do you've got a message for Howard and for us?
Oh my gosh, Howard, thank you. That was the first hearing your story as well. Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow, what a gift you are. Thank you for sharing your message. It's so I just feel lighter. I just feel we are all connected. It is all energy. So when we get inspired, we inspire others, and we get all raised up, and just I feel warm and fuzzy. Thank you so much.
So Sunette doesn't know this, but I'm going to give her permission to share the digital book of Shining Brightly with all the Diamond Beauties. I want you all to have it. It's a digital copy.
Awesome.
So if you need, but I love her.
Awesome.
That's my gift for you, because I am
Yes.
so privileged, and I love Sunette. I would love her to share that with all the Diamond Beauties, and you'll be able to read more detail of the story, and you can share with me feedback. And if you want to get the hard copy or the Kindle, you have to go to Amazon.com.
Wow.
But I want you. That's my gift. To you.
Wow.
Wow, Harold. Oh, ladies, give Harry. Where's
Oh,
the hugs?
thank you.
Where's the reaction? Oh, it's hot.
So when
Wow.
she sends out the recording, even if the people weren't here, she'll send the recording and she'll also be able to send the PDF of the book. It's 10 megabytes, but you'll read my story and take from that along your way, and you'll share back with me as well, I hope.
Wow,
My gift.
thank you. Thank you, my beautiful Howard. We will definitely bring you back to come and talk to us on our live sessions. We've got once a month, first Monday after month, we have a live session, and we will bring you back Valentine. How is that?
Oh, I'd love that. Yes.
Okay, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to be back with you.
Thank you. My beautiful Sally.
She unmute? There she goes.
Yes, you can.
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can also not hear. Okay, you check it out. I will come back to you, Tammy.
I came late and I still got 2 pages of notes.
Wow.
And so this is how I feel.
Woo! I love the long glasses.
So, I'm so honored to be here. Howard, your story, well, you know this, the world needs to hear it. But you put so many things and layers in here that have given me hope. And some of the tips that you gave here, celebrate your wins. What did you win in 20? I never thought about it like that. So I want to thank you for that. So many things. I have notes here, like I have eat right, sleep right, stay ahead. Just amazing. And so I'm so thankful that I got to hear your story. It's my very, very first time. It's not a coincidence that you're connected with the great Sinette, because everyone knows she is love and light, and her energy is bigger than she even believes it is. And so I'm just so blessed to hear your story. Thank you so much. I'm going to follow you. Going to get the hard copy and just spill it around. But that's how I feel.
Wow, amazing. We're going to put glasses and hats on now when we dance out of the show, but I have to stop the recording. My beautiful Krista, you are welcome to also say what you wanted to say.
Yes. First of all, Howard, thank you so much. I can identify a little bit. I am a survivor as well. I was in a head-on collision and survived. I did lose my husband to leukemia. He passed away in my arms, and I am currently battling a chronic illness. I went through a bone marrow biopsy, so like I can only just, oh my God, I can give you a hug because I know we know the pain. And my hope is to inspire people like you have inspired me today. Currently going through a little bit of something, but you know what? I'm here for a reason. Sinette knows I was almost not going to be able to make it, and due to outside circumstances, that was bringing me down. I'll be honest. And you showed me again, how important it is to be grateful and to be resilient. So thank you. And I'm gonna hold you to the coffee.
We can do that. Listen, I have my bad days too, but this one isn't one of them. This is not one of them at all.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Krista. Mandy, where are you, Mandy? There you are, Mandy. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, my beautiful Mandy.
Well, Howard, what can I say? First of all, I'm going to give you my acronym for HOPE, because you absolutely exceed, excel, excite, emit, evoke everything in this acronym. So hold out precious energy. Hold out precious energy.
Wow.
That is from the scriptures. The word hope is an anchor for our soul. Without hope, we're just lifeless, drifting human beings. So that acronym is mine. Hold out precious energy, because we are all energy. We're all given this divine aligned energy to share with the world, not to keep. And you exude it. Excuse me. when you said, get your rear in gear to make the world a better place.
I love that.
My friend, I was laughing inside, yet wanting to scream out, touche, touche. I'm not going to get into my whole story here. We could be here all day, but the medical profession in Canada find me an anomaly. I have survived so many near-death experiences. They have no idea why I'm still alive. And every time I turn to them and say, because my creator has a higher purpose for me to inspire change and make a difference in the lives of every person that comes across me. I've just come out of a fire. I lived in a hotel for 12 weeks. And this is the first time I've been back on air with the Diamond Beauties in all that time. I've now got PTSD, whatever. I don't give a crap about all that. And I will just tell you, I know why the fire happened now. Not only to save 3 people next door, one including a young child with cystic fibrosis, but to be put in this hotel and to make a difference in the lives of every person in that hotel, be it a client, a traveler, be it the owners, the 2 owners of the hotel, be it the restaurant staff, the cleaning people. I walked away from there with everyone saying, we absolutely love you. Now, it's not about the reward. It's definitely not about the reward.
Right.
It's about putting a smile on other people's faces, showing them that what you've been through, they can get through too. The resilience, the strength, the hope, everything that you put into this. This has taught me a great deal. I can only say that. I am so grateful for the fact that you're doing what you do, sharing what you share, inspiring, changing the world, and still smiling through it all. And that's the other side to the story, to every story of survival, whether it's cancer, whether it's a fire, whether it's being in a wheelchair for 2 years because your husband beat you into that wheelchair. I survived 30 years of domestic violence and abuse. That's another one. Yet through it all, and I'm looking at your face right now, through it all, you find the joy. You smile from the inside out. And just to finish, this is how the Holocaust survivors made it through, those that got out alive. I have an uncle still alive in Belgium right now. And what they put him through was, we won't even go into it. And that man cries and smiles when he speaks to people because he's just so happy to be alive. And that's our why, to stay alive so that we can change and help other lives. You do it amazingly, and I am so grateful I came on live today to share, to have this gift given to me, and to share and to be with all you beautiful people. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my beautiful Mandy. And Madeline, you are welcome to share.
I have a question. I went to add Howard on LinkedIn and I see we're already connected. But my question is this. I understand how having a positive attitude can make a difference when you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with. But when he talked about, like, I'm going to walk my daughter down the aisle. And I know that I need to focus on people like Sinette that contact me and ask me to be on their show. But it still does bother me when it's the holiday season and my another niece in the same family is getting married, didn't tell me she's engaged. I'm not invited to the wedding. My sister in Israel and her family are not invited to the wedding. But my brother and his family, my brother has a daughter who's 6 years old, named after our mother who died of breast cancer. He didn't even tell me she was born. They're invited to the wedding and I'm not. It's really hard to feel good about yourself when people won't even invite you to the wedding or tell you they're getting married or send you a picture of their child. Do you have anything to say about that?
I do. First of all, we all as a group will empathize, and we're sorry that you're having to deal with that. So I have to tell you that when I got diagnosed the first time, I remember I mentioned that I went to my high school reunion. They all thought I was going to die. And now I lost relationships. And this is the hard part. Remember I said, you got to talk about your emotional well-being. Okay. You got to talk about your physical, financial, and relationships. Relationships are the hardest. It's the hardest. There are so many people that I chose, okay, to exclude out of my life right now, including some very close family members. Why? Negativity. You can't have that negativity weigh you down. You have to have the mental toughness to be able to decide the right decision. And sometimes not talking to them for is that decision or not interacting with them. And other times is to actually sit them down and get to the core root of the issue. But I can see, and I felt it. I know everyone here felt it. When you told me that you're not invited to that wedding, I felt hurt for you. Okay. So I actually had to make the decision about weeding negativity out. And I wasn't great at it, but I'm getting better at it. It's a discipline. And that's what I've had to do. So there are some real close people in my life that I do not speak to anymore. So some people might have some other things to offer.
Wow.
Thank you. And I do want to mention that the Chabad with their Hesed that have been bringing me food most Shabbats or holidays during the pandemic, they may not understand the OCD hoarding issue I'm dealing with or the torn meniscus in my knee, but they've been helping by bringing me food and making me know someone cares about me.
Yeah.
And I'm on the Tikkun Olam committee to repair the world with 2 synagogues. So thank you very much.
I'm glad we're connected.
Wow. Beautiful. My beautiful Marilyn, thank you for sharing and coming onto camera. I know that you were brave to do that. Thank you. My beautiful Howard, thank you for being here. You are truly one of a kind. You are amazing. And that you said yes, I was over the moon. I am going to stop the recording. Is there something else you want to say before I'm stopping the recording? Because we're going to dance out with your Forever song.
Oh, you're dancing out with my song? Oh, okay. Then no, I'm happy. I just want to say that I'm so to spend time and create space for me. I'm grateful for all of you. And please contact me and reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you all.
Thank you.